What if the person you thought was gone forever was actually being prepared by Allah to come back into your life? Not because you missed them, not because you begged for them, but because Allah, the one who writes every destiny, never forgot the bond He wrote for you. You see, when Allah plans something for you, even distance can't erase it, even time can't break it, and even hearts that once drifted apart can return stronger when Allah wills. So if your heart has been feeling something you can't explain, if certain signs have been chasing you lately, maybe this is not just a feeling. Maybe this is your confirmation. And today, I'm going to share with you why, when Allah sends someone back, it's never by chance. It's always by His perfect, powerful plan. Stay with me. What you'll hear now might be the message your heart's been waiting for. Sometimes, when a person leaves your life, it feels like everything is falling apart. You wonder, why did this happen? Was it my fault? Did I make a mistake? But the truth is, when Allah, the one who knows every heart, removes someone from your life, it's never random. It's never by accident. Allah sees what you can't see. He knows the future you don't know. He knows the dangers, the tests, the pain that could have come if that person stayed in your life at the wrong time. Sometimes Allah separates you to protect both of you from hurting each other, to save your heart from a disaster you didn't see coming, to give you space to grow into the person you're meant to be. Other times, Allah separates you because your hearts aren't ready, your intentions aren't pure, your connection isn't built on His guidance yet. And if a relationship isn't aligned with Allah's wisdom, it can never bring you peace. So Allah, in His mercy, breaks it before it breaks you. But that's not the end of the story. Because when the time is right, when the hearts are healed, when your intentions are clean, when your faith is stronger, Allah can bring them back. Not for your ego, not for your loneliness, but for a purpose bigger than both of you. So never think a departure means a punishment. Sometimes it's a pause, a protection, or preparation. And when Allah writes someone in your Qadr, no distance, no mistake, and no separation can erase them. Have you ever felt it? A soft feeling deep in your heart, a quiet thought about someone that comes without warning. You're not chasing them, you're not even thinking about them, but suddenly their name, their face, touches your heart like a gentle reminder. And you wonder, why am I feeling this again? Why does this person keep coming to my heart? Let me tell you something. Sometimes your heart picks up what your eyes can't see, because Allah places signs inside your heart first, before showing them in your life. This is how Allah speaks to His servants, not with loud voices, not with miracles in the sky, but with soft signs inside your heart, a peaceful feeling, a sudden calm, a repeated thought you can't explain. No, it's not an accident, and it's not a coincidence. Your heart is a receiver of what Allah sends from the unseen world. And when a certain person keeps returning to your thoughts gently, without pain, without obsession, but with peace, it may be Allah's way of reminding you, I'm working on something you don't see yet. Your heart feels before your eyes see, because Allah plants hope in your heart before He shows the reality in your life. So don't ignore the peaceful signs, and don't panic over them. Just know, if Allah placed it in your heart with peace, He might be preparing your life with a blessing you can't see yet. When a person returns to your life, most people think, finally, they love me again. Allah brought them back because they missed me. But that's not always true, because sometimes Allah allows a person to come back, not to test their love for you, but to test who you've become during the time apart. Have you changed? Have you healed? Or are you still stuck in the same wounds, fears, and mistakes? You see, if Allah removed that person before, it wasn't to punish you. It was to fix you, to wake you up, to push you towards growth. And now, if Allah is sending them back, He's not just giving you a second chance at love, He's giving you a second chance at becoming better. Did you learn how to love with mercy, not with control? Did you stop chasing people and start trusting Allah instead? Did you clean your heart from jealousy, anger, and desperation? Did you fix your prayer, your patience, your relationship with Allah? Because if you're still the same person you were when they left, you will destroy the blessing again. Allah doesn't send people back just for emotions. He sends them back to see if you're ready to build something pure. A connection based on taqwa, God consciousness, mercy, and trust. So ask yourself, is this return a lesson or a blessing? Allah watches, not just how you treat that person, but how you treat your own heart, your own ego, your own weaknesses. Are you ready to love with dignity and clarity, or are you still searching for someone to fill your emptiness? Because sometimes, the real test is not, can I have them back? But, have I become the person who deserves what I'm asking for? And if you pass this test, if you meet this return with maturity, faith, and self-respect, Allah may turn it into a gift that lasts, not just a moment that passes. Have you ever noticed how certain signs keep following you? You hear a name in a random conversation, a name you weren't even thinking about. You open your phone, and a memory pops up, or you see a post, or a video that reminds you of them when you weren't even looking. You dream of them, not once, but again and again. Even when you've tried to move on, they appear in your sleep, and you wake up with a strange calm, or a quiet question in your heart. You pray, you make dua, and right in the middle of asking Allah to guide you, their image, their name, crosses your heart. Does this mean it's just your mind playing tricks on you? No, because Allah does not speak with loud voices from the sky, nor does He send obvious miracles every day. He speaks with subtle signs, small details, moments you can't explain, feelings you didn't plan for. Why? Because Allah wants you to watch with the eyes of your heart, not just your eyes. You see, when you ask Allah for guidance, you often expect something huge, a dream with a message, a voice that tells you what to do, or a miracle that shakes your world. But Allah's signs are quieter, and only those with open hearts will notice them. Maybe that strange peace you feel when you think of them is Allah's way of saying, I'm still working on this story. Maybe that repeated name, that unexpected reminder, that dream you keep having, is Allah's soft whisper to your heart. Don't give up just yet. But here's the secret. If your heart is filled with fear, desperation, or sin, you won't see the signs. Because signs aren't magic. They are gifts for the sincere, those who truly ask Allah and leave the matter in His hands. If you want to know whether these signs are real, ask yourself, am I asking Allah sincerely? Am I open to His answer, even if it's not what I expect? Am I letting my ego or emotions blind me? Because when you open your heart in sincerity, Allah opens your eyes to the signs. And when you close your heart with doubt or impatience, even the clearest signs will feel invisible. So if the same sign keeps coming to you, over and over again, maybe it's not a coincidence. Maybe It's Allah reminding you that what is meant for you can never miss you. But you have to see with faith, not with fear, because Allah's signs are never shown to confuse you. They are shown to guide you, if only your heart is willing to see. There were nights when you cried alone, when you raised your hands in dua, begging Allah to heal your heart, or bring someone back, or give you clarity over a connection that wouldn't leave your heart. You spoke from the deepest part of your soul, and yet you heard nothing back. No answer, no sign, no change, just silence. And that silence hurt. It made you wonder, did Allah even hear me? Did my dua even reach him? Was I just talking into the air? Let me tell you the truth. Your dua was never ignored. Your dua was never lost. Your dua was never forgotten. Because Allah al-Sami, the all-hearing, hears every whisper, even the ones you couldn't put into words. Every tear you shed, every silent hope you carried, every painful thought you tucked away in your heart. Allah counted them all. And just because the answer didn't come when you wanted, doesn't mean it didn't come at all. Because Allah does not answer by your clock. He answers by His perfect wisdom. Sometimes, Allah delays the answer, not to punish you, but to prepare you. Because if He gave you what you asked for, at the wrong time, it could have hurt you, or destroyed the very blessing you were praying for. Allah didn't say no. He said, wait until you're ready. He said, wait until they're ready. He said, wait until I've arranged everything in the best possible way. And sometimes, what you thought was a delay was Allah fixing things in the unseen, correcting hearts, removing obstacles, making you stronger, softening them, clearing the path, so when the answer finally arrives, it's complete, it's blessed, it's something you'll thank Allah for, not something you'll regret. And today, if you're feeling that quiet peace, if you're sensing that someone is slowly returning to your heart, to your life, to your path, that is not a coincidence. That is your dua, coming back to you, in the form of a written answer, in the form of a changed destiny, in the form of something you prayed for, but even better than you imagined, because Allah never forgets, and He never wastes your tears, and He never lets your sincere duas return empty. Your dua wasn't ignored. It was protected. It was purified. It was saved for the perfect moment. And when it arrives exactly when your heart is ready, and when the other person's heart is ready, and when Allah's wisdom has perfectly aligned your stories together. So, never think you cried in vain. You cried, and Allah listened. You asked, and Allah prepared. You waited, and Allah made the wait worth it. When people pray for someone to come back, they often think, if they come back, everything will be perfect. If I get them again, I'll finally be happy. But this is where so many hearts get it wrong, because the real gift is not the person returning. The real gift is how you grew while they were gone. You see, if Allah allowed distance, or separation, or even heartbreak, it wasn't just about losing someone, it was about finding yourself. When they left, you felt empty. You cried. You begged Allah. You felt like your world broke. But what happened next? You turned back to Allah. You learned patience. You learned tawakkul, real trust in Allah. You learned to stand without depending on someone else for your happiness. You started fixing your prayers, fixing your heart, fixing your connection with the one who never leaves. And even though it hurt, even though you didn't see it at first, this waiting, this heartbreak, this silence, it changed you. You became stronger, wiser, more peaceful inside. You learned to love without desperation. You learned to hope without begging. You learned to care without losing your dignity. And that is the real gift Allah wanted for you. Because if that person had stayed in your life before you healed, before you grew, you would have ruined everything with fear, insecurity, or unhealthy love. So when Allah made you wait, He wasn't punishing you. He was preparing you to handle love with maturity, to welcome someone with mercy, to build a connection with strength and wisdom. That way, if Allah allows them to return, you won't hold on with fear. You'll hold on with faith. You won't cling out of need. You'll love with calmness and clarity. And if they never return, you'll still be whole, because the real blessing was never them. It was what Allah built inside you while you waited. So never think waiting was wasted time. It was Allah's way of turning you into the person you were meant to be. Because love that lasts can only be held by a heart that's healed. Have you ever asked yourself, why now? Why didn't they come back when I was crying the most? Why didn't Allah bring them back when I felt the weakest, when I begged for them in sujood? Why does it seem that now, when you've finally calmed down, when you've stopped chasing, when you've let go a little, they return? Because Allah's timing is never random. When Allah brings someone back into your life, it's not because you begged harder, or you cried more, or because you finally gave up. It's because now your heart is finally ready to receive what you once wanted, without breaking yourself for it. You see, Allah never gives at the moment of your impatience, because if He gave you what you begged for, when your heart was still weak, fearful, or desperate, you might have destroyed the blessing with your own hands. Allah waits until you've grown beyond your past mistakes. You've cleaned your heart from unhealthy attachments. You've built a relationship with Him stronger than your need for anyone else. That's when He gives, because love, true love, is a trust, an amana. And Allah only gives trust to a heart that's ready to carry it. When you no longer look at love as a possession, when you no longer beg for someone to fill your emptiness, when you finally understand that love is a mercy from Allah, not a trophy you win, that's when Allah says, now you're ready. So, if someone is returning now, it's not random, it's not luck, it's not just because of your emotions, it's Allah's perfect timing. The moment when both your heart and their heart are finally ready to submit to His plan, not just your desires. And the best part, when it happens in Allah's timing, it's peaceful, it's calm, it doesn't rush, it doesn't feel forced. Because what comes from Allah doesn't come with chaos, it comes with sukoon, tranquility. So don't ever say, why didn't it happen before? Instead, say, Alhamdulillah, Ya Allah, you always knew the right time. Because sometimes Allah didn't delay it to punish you. He delayed it to protect you and to honor you with a blessing that your heart could finally hold with strength, wisdom, and gratitude. If your heart has felt even a whisper of this message, if some part of you kept saying, this feels like it's speaking right to me, then maybe it's not just a message. Maybe it's a reminder from Allah. Because nothing happens by chance. Not your feelings, not the signs you keep seeing, not the quiet moments when a certain person comes to your heart, and definitely not this message reaching you today. You see, this return you've been sensing, this feeling that something is moving closer, is not just about getting someone back. It's about everything Allah has been doing inside you, around you, and for you, all this time. It's about how Allah broke you to heal you. It's about how He separated you to protect you. It's about how He delayed your dua so He could prepare you for something better. And maybe, now that you've grown stronger, now that you've learned how to stand with Allah before anyone else, Allah is saying, you're ready now, and so is this part of your story. But here's the truth. Even if that person comes back, even if everything you hoped for finally happens, the real success isn't in having them again. The real success is in keeping Allah at the center of your heart even when they return. Because love that comes before Allah will always leave you broken, but love that comes with Allah will always lift you higher. So if Allah is really bringing someone back into your life, let it be a return filled with mercy, with patience, with wisdom, with gratitude. Not a return of old mistakes, not a return of toxic patterns, not a return of fears and control, but a new beginning, built on faith, built on honesty, built on Allah's blessing, not your desperation. And if that person never comes back, if this was just a test of your heart, your patience, and your trust, then remember, you didn't lose, because in the waiting, in the praying, in the healing, you found the most important connection of all, your connection with Allah, and that can never be taken away. So, if this message touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs hope. Comment, I trust Allah's plan, if you believe He is always working even in silence. And remember, you are not waiting alone. You are not praying into the dark. Allah's plan is always in motion, even when your eyes can't see it yet. What's meant for you will never miss you. But before it reaches you, Allah will make sure your heart is ready to carry it with faith, patience, and gratitude. Because what comes from Allah is always precious, and everything precious is always tested before it's entrusted. May Allah grant you a return that's full of mercy, a love that's pure, and a heart that's always connected to Him first and always. Ameen.